Hail, hail, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of Smell the Glove. Of course, we want to know exactly what it's like to have all the money talk. And while we do that, we have a few people here with us today. Rev, say hello.
Hail, hail.
Hail, hail, Rev. And what do you do? And Paul, you there?
Hail, hail.
It sounds like you guys are wrestling, even though you're not even in the same place.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I just fell down the stairs with my laptop in my hand. I was like soaring through the air like fucking Kenny Miller, just after a Simonovic tackle, man. It's fucking well. Don't fucking laugh at it. It's fucking well.
Did you see the tweet on? Did you see the tweet on that where the guy tweeted to Glasgow International Airport? I'm looking for a flight or something. Which one? He goes, I don't know. It's Kenny Miller. Did he land yet?
Belter.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. But anyway, so I know Paul, you wanted to talk about a couple of events that have taken place in the last week and a half.
Yeah, man. So we've not done a show since we played the one Diddy team from Govan. So should we just I don't want to gloss over the first win, so should we just very quick, because I think the second one's more humiliating and funny, and we'll get into that. So should we just take a quick 5 minutes to discuss?
Sure. Just remember, this is the first time you've been on. We had one on the 24th.
Oh, you guys done one straight after the game?
Yeah. Right after on Sunday we did it, not Saturday. Well, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday night. Okay. But go ahead. No, might as well. I mean,
I've been so busy.
This is how it feels to be Celtic. Cool. Champions again, as you know.
Oh, yeah, it's two in a row, man. So, I mean, where did you watch it? Were you guys watching it at the house? Were you guys watching it in clubs? Or what did you do for it?
I was at home, yeah. Both games, 7 o'clock. Just set the alarms, watched from bed.
50 still the
first one I just watched on my phone. This one, this weekend, luckily, it was on, FS1, so I was able to get it on the TV proper.
Nice.
I watched it from bed. Both of them, because it was relatively early. I had to get up. Actually, I had to work Saturday, so I got to have to go on stage and teach a class with a little extra pep in my step on Saturday afternoon. So,
fair enough.
Little more exciting for me at that point in time. Instead of having to work with a little bit of a frown, I turned that frown upside down. It was a happy day.
So, just to explain to people who don't already know, you're just moving into just getting into the doctor. You do a kind of corporate speaking for chiropractors, right? So you go and lecture numerous chiropractors all across America. That's basically what you do?
Yeah, I teach seminars.
Seminars, okay. But do you do a Rod Stewart, Rod Stewart's playing in Vegas, and then he just watches the Celtic Rangers game in the morning and just gets bloated and goes out in Vegas just singing Celtic songs. So you come on the stage singing the Celtic song?
Actually, I have done that before. I actually have put up. Yeah, actually, when the last time I did that was the league semifinal. I was in a break. And the break I was teaching a 6-hour class, and I had a break right in between, and then I put on the last 12 minutes and was jumping around crazy when Griffiths passed the ball to Belly, had the backheel goal at the end. I just put it on.
Yeah.
And that's what's like, and people were just like, what's going on? Like, you don't understand, this is awesome. They don't understand.
It's fucking. So I got up early doors, 6 a.m. and I was driving down to meet another guy who'd never been at the club before. He's a French Canadian guy who, I don't know, he's kind of into mad freedom fighter stuff and all that, very Che Guevara, very into his football politics and all that. And I thought he was banging on about Irish republicanism to kind of impress me, if you know what I mean. But then I noticed on his Facebook, a Facebook timeline where you go this is what you posted 4 years ago and all this shit. But he's posting murals of Bobby Sands and stuff like that. This is mad total rahead from Montreal He's totally into like fucking Irish republicanism and hates the Huns, and he's like fucking well into it. So I gave him a run, but I was like, right, I don't know where this guy lives at all. He gave me this Google Map direction. Google Maps took me to the middle of nowhere, which was the French-Canadian ghetto outside Montreal. And I phoned the guy, I'm like, where are you? And he's like, oh mate, you're fucking miles away from where I am. And I was just like, fuck it, right? Totally floored it. Driving about 100 mile an hour about these wee roads, just try to get to this club in time for kick-off. Just get in time for kick-off and no more. So yeah, that was my only stress in the day, just getting there for fucking kick-off.
Just getting to the game for kick-off.
The fucking, as soon as the whistle blew, man, it was fucking glorious. Oh, I fucking love it, man. Just watching them getting fucking humiliated in their own midden. It was brilliant. It was like it was just like shooty in. It got to the stage where it was like, what it looked like is when you're a kid and you're playing football, but like you're winning by so much and the other team is noticeably shit, and you can just take the piss, and it turns into a game of like shooty in for you and your mates, where you don't want to score like a tap in or just like any goal. You're trying to like do double step overs and like shoot from like 30 yards and stuff like that. And that's what like Roberts, Sinclair, and fucking Griffiths were doing that for definite. Same with Armstrong as well. I mean, Sinclair looked like he fucking get in and set up easy goals, and he was like, fuck it, not scoring that. He could have definitely scored about 4 in that game. So fuck it. It's hard to pick a man of the match, but it was glorious. It was glorious. I love seeing him lose so much.
Lose? Not just lose, that was just losing. That was crazy.
That was just fucking...
Actually, we just combined it too. I mean, the 2-0 win was just as comprehensive, don't you think?
Oh,
the Cup semi?
What they wanted it to be as well.
The Cup semi was just as comprehensive. They just crushed them. I mean, there was nothing to that game. I didn't really think that, there was very much other than them just sitting back and waiting for us to beat the crap out of them. This time, my favorite comment about coming out of the gates this time, oh, well, we were awesome in the first 5 minutes.
Belter.
Okay.
Did you see, going back to the Cup semi-final, did you see when Pedro Cahinha speaks to Rogers at the end, what it looks like he moves, where it looks like, apparently people are saying this, but it looks like he says, go get the treble.
No, I don't know. But he did take a lot of shit, though, didn't he?
Rogers.
He got a lot of shit. He got a lot of shit for just being nice.
So what's everyone's favourite bit of Hun rage from the game?
Oh, all of it. Every little bit of it. I don't think there's anything better. It's all rage. All rage all the time. Every 2 seconds.
So,
everything about from being in the stands to the podcasts, the Hun podcast that we'll talk about in a little bit. They're all fucking rage.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just so you know, like my mate's got a fucking follow login. So I thought there's absolutely no chance I'm missing this opportunity to read this, right? And they've actually got to the stage where they've taken the post about all Celtic stuff down from the follow forum, right? And if you go down, like, if you go in the follow forum right now, how many threads do you think you have to go down before you see any reference to Celtic?
Probably none. But the first one.
Nah, it's 5. They're like talking about other random pish that's just like completely diluted before then. And then eventually in the fifth thread now is like Celtic scum or something, probably something sectarian or whatever. But shall I read some of the fucking shit off the...
Oh yeah, please. We've got a lot of their stuff to read today, just to go ahead and drink their
tears.
You want
to hear this?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Right. Okay, so like the best bit is like the pre-game belief, which is like these guys actually believe we were going to get a fucking result in this game. So like, first quote is, "It's going to be really interesting to see what changes we made from last week. Sneaky feeling we were going to get something today." The other guy follows up, "We are winning today, no doubt. I am confident against it, especially at Ibrox. Would be great to stop their run." And then like, then the lineup comes out for Sevco, right? And then some folk are like, "You missed a bit. I said I can't believe I'm typing some of those names. Halliday in that identified position, apparently his natural position is completely different to his position he he was supposed to play last week, so there is a change. Right, I don't get that. That's just obviously them arguing about positions and stuff like that. Then he's like, we've got excellent options for left midfield, like McKay, Waghorn, and MOH. Who's MOH?
I have
Michael O'Halloran?
Probably, yeah, but neither one of those players play there.
We're definitely going to offer more protection to young Bierman. And then, right, so it gets to the funny bits where it's like the predictions. So Cowan _RFC says 4-0 to Rangers, Dodo hat trick, and a rocket shot from Bierman at about 65 minutes. This guy actually predicted 4-0 to Rangers. This is fucking brilliant.
You know, it's sad. I think the guy who ran on the pitch gave Bierman more protection than anyone else on that field.
You see that guy that ran on the pitch, man? He's like 23, he looks like fucking 70. He's in the neck of the boy.
Life is rough in Glasgow, man. Life is rough in Glasgow.
You get a fucking tough paper round that one, man.
Dude, what is up with them? Why? Why act like that? Is it that bad?
I don't know, man. But the next guy comes down and goes, right, Maxi Glasgow, we'll get back to people running the field, but we'll just finish with follow for now. He says, going today feeling like I'm back in the early 80s. Now, if you don't know, if you're an American guy who's just getting in, well, or new to Celtic and don't really know the history, in the early 80s, the Huns were fucking minging, right? Before they started cheating, basically. They're pretty shit. He says, hoping we can lift our game from mediocre nonsense we got last week. Heart, Bears win. Head, draw at best. Alright, so he thinks he's getting a chance. So then it gets to like the fucking mad cunts coming on, like Ches Bomb. You know a guy called Ches Bomb's going to be fucking well up for his sectarian nonsense. He goes, sash bash in my house, end our Bears. And then Monty Plums follows it up with, come on Rangers, get into these dirty Fenian bastards. Then Edinburgh Bears. Can I do the voice? Can I do my Hun voice?
I think this is great. Go ahead, do the Hun voice.
Let's fucking go Bears. No surrender. Let's give these players a boost today regardless of what happens against these dirty Fenian bastards.
Dirty.
And then, like, basically, I didn't have time to go through the whole shit because, well, I was meaning to go back to it before the show, but they deleted it, so I couldn't get all the best bits. But anyway, Virgil Hiltz says after the game, or this morning, yesterday was a real low point. I can't recall having such a poor season against the Terriers. Even during the 9 in a row games between us, we were genuinely tight. That's the 9 in a row when we were winning, obviously, not when they were fraudulently stealing titles from other teams in Scotland. Sure during the low points in the 80s. Sure we can suffer some heavy defeats now and again, but I cannot remember losing 5 out of 6, with 2 of them by a 4-goal margin. I feel physically sick to my stomach. I guess we all thought the journey back to the top league would be the hard part, and instead it's competing at the top again, with a squad that's been ravaged over the past 4 years. I will keep the faith, and I will never stop believing we'll get back to the top dog in Scotland again. However, it seems a far better way this morning. And he's got like a face that, I don't know what the face is meant to be. It's neither smiling or sad. It's just like a straight line. So I don't know, maybe that's a Hun thing for that he's just beat up his wife or something, I don't know.
Well, if they had teeth, you'd see the teeth in the smile.
Yeah,
so there's no teeth there.
So, the happy campers on follow. I love it, man. Oh, mate, fucking
happy campers. So
should we talk about? We'll talk about the Hun podcast later, but should we talk about the game then? I think a bunch of the other podcasts have already done it, but fuck it, let's just do it again because it's hilarious. How many times have you watched the game, Rev? Have you watched it like 5 times?
I've watched the game fully just once through, but I mean, I've watched like replays of like the tackle, the goals. I've watched that like dozens of times, just sitting there. Then when you start seeing the remixes of like, throwing in Bruni laughing or with the Titanic music, throw that in like another 10 rewatches.
Yes. My favourite thing about this is beating in 5-1 is like, see when you're there's a lot of famous games against them, obviously, where you're like, I was at the game where Venegar at Hesslink, the last minute winner. And you're like, I was at a 6-2 game, you know, and then you're like, oh, I was at the game 5-1 with Maravchik and all that. And this season you're like, oh, I was at the game where we pumped them 5-1. And the next question is, oh, which one?
Which one?
It's becoming a habit of pumping them by a 4-goal margin. Yes. So,
that hurt. That you feel bad about that, don't you?
I feel bad that they got a draw against us.
And even then, that was a gift. Even then, that was a gift. Brother Bobby helped.
So, Rev, talk me through it, Rev. How were you feeling before the game? Were you nervous? Were you anxious? Did you think it was just going to be an out-and-out humiliation for the Huns, or what were you thinking pre-game?
I was pretty confident. I figured at worst it was going to be a draw. I really didn't think that they were threatening us at all. Like, you know, it was less than a week's turnaround time. I really doubt that they had anything, you know, to any time to like to really change anything or do anything. Like I was saying on, you know, at the last show, all they have to play for is pride, and they don't have any. So like, there's nothing to play for. The only thing I thought would be like, you know, a dodgy call here or there, and then once Sinclair got to take the penalty, the penalty was called, and then, you know, he took and scored the penalty. I'm like, that's it. This is going to be that game. You know, this isn't going to be a 1-2-0. This is going to be something, you know, something special. And like, yeah, that goal I just watched, like, from, you know, in bed under the covers. And then after Griffiths got his goal, I'm just like, nope, I'm getting up. I, you know, got up, sat right in front of the TV like a little 5-year-old kid. I'm just like, this is amazing. And like, I was, you know, pretty quiet, you know, just celebrating stuff. Like McGregor goal, I got up and I kind of like danced around a little bit. But then the Lustig goal, I lost it. I just laughed like a madman. I woke up Amy. I scared the cat. Like, I just started laughing. I just could not stop laughing. Like, our right back, you know, looked like Messi. That's how shit they were.
Did you get the impression, Rev, that Lustig was just like, I'm bored, I've got nothing to do, fuck it, I'm just going to run up the field and score a goal. And he just ripped the piss out of them.
It's like, yeah, I want to get in on this too. Like, you know what, we're going to do like a 3-5-2 or something here. He's like, I'm just going to make the decision myself. I'm going to be a midfielder. Fuck it.
Is that the one time we played with 3 at the back and actually did something in the last couple of games? Last couple of games, 3 at the back didn't work. That was the one time.
Right.
Get through that. He rolled right through it. That was good stuff, man.
Wait. Were we playing 3 at the back?
The last 2 draws, we played 3 at the back.
Oh, for a minute, like what formation were we playing at Ibrox? It was too hard to tell. It was like
the formation was downhill.
It was like 1-1 fucking 9 or something. Man.
It was attack.
I literally wouldn't have been surprised if fucking Kenny Miller got the ball at halfway line and he just suddenly gets tackled off Craig Gordon, who's fucking bored, runs upfield to make a challenge. They didn't
have a shot until like the 43rd minute. You know, like Gordon didn't move until the end of the first.
Tell you what though, like, take nothing away from Gordon, because although they done fuck all during the game, he made a couple of good saves from like pretty good angles and that. And then it's one of those ones that's really hard because like your team's you've got like 90% possession. And you're doing nothing, and you're not really concentrating, and then suddenly you have to do something, and you sprung into life, and sign of a good goalie, in my opinion. But yeah, so I think, can we conclude that everyone in the field got pass marks then? Or was there anyone that didn't perform? Dr. J?
I think when you beat someone like that 5-1, what's the worst you're going to give somebody, a 7? You know?
I don't know. If you gave someone like a fucking 5 on our team, what would you be giving then?
Well, I mean, the goal you gave up was kind of weak. But
it was.
But at that point in time, it's 4-0. There's like 8 minutes left. They've basically shut it down. I'm not going to not going to actually really complain about that in any way, shape, or form. That doesn't really matter. So,
Did either of you guys laugh when they celebrated that goal? Like the fans? Like if that was me, like yeah, I'll stay till the end of the game and actually watch the game and stuff and be miserable, but I'm not going to celebrate that goal. Like what's there to celebrate at that point in time? There's nothing to be happy about.
Was there any of their fans left at that point?
There were a few.
Yeah, there's a couple of belter pictures of like really fucking staunch as fuck old bigoted like Rangers fans still sitting there singing away and flying their Union Jacks and just hating life. Hating life. Brilliant. So, right, should we talk through the goals? What was the best goal? Lustig has got to be the best, right?
Listen, they're all good. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of them. I mean, they're all good goals. I mean, what's more? I think what's the quality of the goal. I think what really killed them was just conceding really, really early, and you could see. So, I mean, I think the penalty was really where it really killed them right off the bat, real quick.
They missed a trick though, man. What I said before the game: if we get a penalty, you've got to let Brady take it.
Why?
The fucking Hunrage. The Hunrage, him scoring a goal.
Hey, they jumped out of the field to go ahead onto the field to go ahead and attack him. He didn't even score the goal.
Yeah,
figure that one out.
Fucking it. We'll get back to the fucking assault and fucking in a second. But, right, so the goals were pretty good. I think Griffiths' goals underrated because everyone's like, "Oh, the keeper should have done better." But then again, like. He fucking smashed it, man.
He ripped it. There was nothing. When someone rips a ball at you from what, 20, 25 feet away, maybe a little bit further, maybe 20, 25, 30 feet away, and just on a full blown volley. Okay. All right, whatever. There's no way you're not staying in there for that. You're just not.
His celebration going up to the Rangers flag in the corner. That is a peach as well.
Did you see all the memes with him with the hat and the cigar? The memes of Griffiths standing there with his arm on the flag with the hat with the hat and the cigar and sunglasses. That was good stuff.
It's a shame that he didn't score the one that hit the corner, the upper 90.
Oh yeah.
After the Mitrovic tackle, because that really would have solidified just that whole play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he did. That was right after that. I was like, man, if that would have been the goal of the game. If he would have scored that, no doubt.
What was brilliant as well was, see, before the Simonovic tackle, me and a guy from Glasgow who was visiting, a guy called Michael, hello if you listen to the show, and we're just talking about how Simonovic doesn't get a lot of praise because he's kind of like this quiet character, but he's a silent assassin who's just ready to fucking maul someone when the moment's ready. And that's literally the second that came out my mouth, Miller turned and just got absolutely fucked up by Simonovic, man. I could sit and watch that highlight of that clip over and over and over again. Where I don't buy those, these people set up all these Celtic t-shirt sites, and to be honest with you, I think they're pretty pish, these Spreadshirt ones, where it's just basically you make a graphic and then Spreadshirt puts it on a print for you. And I think the quality's pretty pish, but the one of the Simonovic one, if he dies, he dies. So
if he dies, he dies. Yeah,
brilliant. You've seen that one, right?
I have. Yeah, if he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. Yeah, and the worst part was the complaining afterwards. I mean, it was a hard tackle. Okay. We've seen some really, really shitty tackles. I mean, the one that Waghorn pulled on Tierney, where he just ran the studs down the back of his leg.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a card. Please,
well, the thing is, I think
it.
that tackle's so aggressive, right? That if that was a Celtic player running through on that, right, you'd be like, the second that he went flying up in the air, you'd be like, oh fucking hell, ref! That's a fucking red card. And then you'd watch the action replay back, and you'd be like, just went clean through the ball and took the man afterwards.
He did.
It's a good tackle.
Just right
Just
through.
got fucked up there. Shouldn't have let that happen.
Was
The
what it
Huns are-
was.
The Huns are still raging.
Of course. You know why?
How can you still be raging? You've watched the action replay. You see he gets the ball.
Oh, they're still raging because they know exactly what it's going to take to get to where they need to be. That 5 years of them not having access to the money they've had and the people who have taken every fucking penny out of them and done everything they could to fucking destroy that club has put them light years behind where they need to be. Light years.
Have you seen the clip of, I guess, like the Rangers TV play of the Simonovic tackle?
No, I haven't. No, I usually get a kick out of that.
It's them. Oh yeah, it's them. Doing usual chirping and stuff, and then after the tackle happens, whoever their announcer is just like, oh, I can't believe it, blah blah blah. He's like, and then he makes some comment after. Well, I guess we'll appeal that to the SFA next week.
Oh yeah, no wait, I did see that. He's like, don't worry, we'll get on the SFA. You're embarrassing yourself, mate. I mean, Celtic TV commentary is embarrassing as well, but fuck's sake, calm down. It's all more funny when they're doing it.
Those were good. Usually they're good. This one wasn't. He was actually a little bit better this time around as far as being impartial. Usually, I mean, remember the goal when Dembele laid it off for McGregor last week, and he said, "Oh, poor touch by by Dembele." Okay, whatever. That's what he says. Oh, he just passed the net. It was nothing like that this time. It was like, yep, that's a foul. Yep. Ooh, Griffiths ripped that one. I guess he could have stood up, and just there was nothing he could do. Oh, McGregor tried to get some space. He gets space, puts it in the back of the net. It was very, very little of the, oh man, I know you're hurting, as far as what he said, but you could tell deep down inside. Nothing he was doing at that point in time he really wanted to.
I know. I think he must know that he's. Yeah, he must have known that he became a joke on the internet with everybody ripping the piss out of him. Like, you couldn't, as a football fan who's like part of the media, not notice your fucking tweets getting put about of your commentary just getting ripped the piss out of. Surely you would. He's got to have seen it, right?
Listen, they don't care. Hey, listen, we don't care. People call us bitch all the time. So?
Fuck it. Anyway, so who else? Let's. The goals were pretty good. So Lustig obviously had a screamer. Griffiths was pretty good. Beat took his corner well. I think keeper shat himself on that one. Performance-wise, going through the team, fucking Kieran Tierney, Kieran Tierney, man, I'm just trying to keep my feet in the ground because he's just I just want to shout for the rooftop. He's the fucking best player in the world. He's just so fucking good for 19 years old. He's phenomenal, man. And the way he was going over the crowd at the end, man, you could see how much it means to him. And that, and it's crazy to think that the pressure of a Celtic fan playing for Celtic must be enormous. And he's kind of risen to the occasion. He's used it as a positive rather than a net to hold him back. And he's just it's just, I don't know, is it the same for American fans? You guys fortunate. It just feels like he's playing for us, when he goes out there. Is that just me being sentimental and Scottish? Or do you...
No, I think you're 100% correct. I think you're 100% correct. I mean, and I don't think it takes a lot of us to go ahead and decide whether or not you're right or wrong. I mean, he's saying it in his own interviews. He's saying it. So I don't think it's that much of a stretch. And you are sentimental about it, and you should be. I mean, it's just you should be. The something that the Academy has produced. He means a lot to the club. The club means a lot to him and his family. I mean, that's a hard combination to go ahead and not really, really, really embrace.
Did you see the picture that was put out after the first game when it said, Rangers will be filing a complaint about a Celtic fan that ended up on the pitch. And then I saw just the tweet with that. I was like, what the fuck? When was this? So I go and I look at the picture, and it's just them after celebrating. I forget which is one of the goals, and it's like, you know, hyped up face and stuff. There you go. That's perfect. So that's the perfect embodiment of just what you're saying right now.
Yeah, I was loving the celebrations at the end, man. Are you there?
Yeah, celebration was good.
Everybody was getting right into it, man. Even like the guys you wouldn't think. Yeah, man, like Simonovic and Boyata and everybody. Like, I mean, you know the usual characters like Bruni and Lustig and Tierney will be going mental, man. But like, it just feels that Rodgers has got this entire team just like all absolutely fucking pumped up and playing for each other and just like so bought into Celtic, which is strange, man. So, I mean, like, looking through this team, right, this is the age of the teams, of the players that were out at the weekend, right? Actually, I've got Dembele in this because this was for a separate argument, but I think, what age is Griffiths? He's like 26, 27?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Right, well, anyway, right, the outfield players, Tierney, 19, Simonovic, 23, Boyata, 26, Lustig, 31, Brown, 31, McGregor, 23, Sinclair, 28, Armstrong, 25, Roberts is about 21?
Just 20.
Is he less?
19 or 20?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he just 20?
Mm-hmm.
28, because I was looking at for next season. I was going to use this for. Well, Forrest's 26, which is old for our team, and you've got Dembele who's 20, and then Griffiths like mid-20s as well. It's like such a young team to all be playing together and playing with each other. It's like fairly impressive, you know what I mean? Because this is like usually young players just like English Premiership just want to get a move to a bigger club and all about money, dating, glamour models and all that, and just like it just seems so passionate about the team, man. It's amazing.
Did you see
it's thinking that?
Yeah, did you see the comment from Sinclair today? He made the comment that, you know, with the way things are going right now, there are going to be loads of premier level talent players that want to play at Celtic because of what's going on there right now.
Aye. Well, did you hear the one rumor?
True or false? You think you agree with that? You think that may be?
I'd agree with that, especially if you're an attacking player. If you're like a winger or a centre forward, would you want to go and play for Stoke next season, or would you want to go and play for Celtic?
That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Because Stoke's going to do what next year? Nothing.
Yeah. Do you remember Joe Allen got linked to us? Obviously, I didn't think we were remotely going to buy him for a second, but away from money, where do you think Joe Allen wish he was right now? Worked in the Champions League in a treble with Brendan Rodgers, or fanning about with Stoke in the Premier League?
Yeah.
They're one of the most boring football teams I've ever seen in my life.
Depends on if that's what they want versus the money they get, right?
Yeah.
That's really what it's all about.
It's starting to become it used to be the whole thing of how did you think Celtic would beat this team in the Premiership or that team in the Premiership, and in the early 2000s, man, I just thought Celtic would just destroy any team in the English Premiership. When they were given the opportunity, they did. But then for years, it just became like the downsizing of Celtic under Strachan, Mowbray, Lennon, and Ronnie Dyler. It just became night and day. Like we just couldn't compete with that. But now, like, if you told us we're playing a two-legged cup game against even good teams like Spurs and all that, like I'd kind of fancy our chances. You know, there's probably guys listening to this being like, "Oh, you're delusional," no this, but I don't know, man. It's a really good fucking team. I think there's a lot of players there that are underrated, and like guys like Armstrong, guys like Brown in his career's been completely underrated. The back pair of Boyata and Simonovic we've got right now look as good as pretty much anything in the Premier League. Well, not ever anything, but
do you like those two? Do you like those two right now versus Denier and Van Dijk?
Oof,
tough one. That's tough.
That is tough, man.
They play well together. They're a good pairing. Like individually, you know, they're good in their own right, but I wouldn't rate them higher than Van Dijk. You know, probably not higher than Denier. But I mean, as a pairing, they're good together, man. That's hard.
Yeah. It's a toughie.
Anyway, quick jog on a Yaldi, which is, I don't think this is remotely true, but it's a rumour that's doing the rounds, that John Terry's agent was sniffing about Celtic to get him a move to Celtic in the summer.
I heard that.
And to be honest with you, like, if you're John Terry right now, right, you're like, right, an age, experienced but yet old defender who could probably take a step down but yet still want to play competitive European football. Celtic would be an option for you, and probably going to Italy would be an option for you. So I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, I just don't believe it's actually true. But Jog on Ayaldi, would you take him, Dr. J?
Jog on, only because I like what's going on right now at Killy with Kristen Iyer.
I've not watched the boy yet, but Rev, would you take him, Jog on Ayaldi?
Jog on, because it seems like he's a step back, really, from, what we got going on. I mean, if he retires and wants to be a coach or something, that's a different story. But as a player, it seems antithetical to what we actually have going on right now.
To be honest with you, I just don't think the Celtic fans would accept him. I don't really want to see him in a Celtic jersey. I think he was a fantastic football player, but the man's quite obviously a racist. And it's really suspect character outside of football. Absolutely no interest in having him at Celtic. He was a terrific football player, I'll give him that. But no, I don't think he could do much apart from fill the Kolo Touré role of being an older veteran centre back to teach the younger lads. And I just don't know how much we're really getting out of Kolo Touré at the moment, let alone bringing in someone like John Terry on the wage he would demand. But anyway, moving on. So, should we talk about the assault?
Sure.
What do you make of that? It wasn't on. Well, I didn't see it on the Celtic TV.
It wasn't.
Feed.
It wasn't on the Celtic TV feed. No.
I was wondering if I strangely missed that.
There's a couple feeds on the someone posting live video from the game. They uploaded clips on Twitter. You could see the guy jumping on.
Yeah. Did Sky pick up?
Nope. No one picked it up. It was, and you could hear in the on the Celtic feed, the guy basically says, this is what's going on. I can't believe someone jumped on the field. And then on the Sky feed, it's the same exact comment, but they didn't show it.
You think maybe if they actually remember when Neil Lennon got attacked at Tynecastle, maybe if they'd actually put that guy in prison for something, this shit wouldn't happen again. But obviously the guy got off scot-free last time, so this guy will probably get fuck all done to him and all.
Well, he got arrested right away. I mean, he's arrested now.
He went to court today.
Yeah.
I know that he missed his driver's test for it or something. But what an imbecile, man! Like,
hey, Rev, didn't you say you read some stuff about that guy?
Yeah,
about the court case?
Yes, what they said today, like his apparent excuse, reasoning for his behavior was that he's a new father and he's not handling the stress of it well or something. So that's the example you want to set for your daughter. I think it's that's the example you want to set. I can't handle being a father at 23. I'm gonna get mad drunk at a game and go attack Scott Brown on the field.
You're assuming he got mad drunk. You're assuming he got mad drunk.
Yeah, no, okay.
He may just be bitter stoned. You never know. But
that's a quick jog on Yaldi. Jog on Yaldi. That's the best way to go ahead and show how to be an example for your kid.
Well, the only example he set was how to never go to a professional football match again, which is probably good considering his kid's going to be a Rangers fan. But it's a totally fucked up scenario, and the guy's apparently he was a known criminal or a known offender.
That was the thing. He had offenses going back to 2010. So when he was 14, 15 years old.
Utter scumbag, man.
So for 15 years, that's since 2000. For 2, 3, 4 years, he's been out of it. Just crazy doing it. Oh well.
But see if right, imagine we're all at a Celtic game together. Imagine, dream scenario, we all win the lottery and go across to Scotland and go to an Old Firm game together, us and Chris. Right. Celtic are getting beat off Rangers, and we're sitting in a row, and there's 4 of us. and the guy in front of us goes, "Fuck this, I'm going to go in the field and attack a Rangers fan," would we be like, "Aye, on you go, mate. You just go and do that"? Or would we be like grabbing him and pulling him back in the seat and being like, "Fuck off, mate, you're being a dick"? Like, we just, like, obviously you could say, "Oh, well, Hugh Dallas got attacked that game." But I don't know, I just think that we kind of, like, I just don't see it happening as much.
All right, you asked a question I really want to know the answer to. What in the world means that much to you to jump on the field and attack a player? What would do it? What really would make you go, "That's it, I've had enough, red mist, I'm jumping on the field"?
I think you've probably got low life expectations and probably a lot of psychological issues.
You think? You think? Oh, yeah. Come on. What are you thinking? Obviously, the answer is they're not. I get that. But, I mean, if it was the four of us, what would make you just go, "Get the fuck off me, I'm going on the field. I'm going to go take a swipe at Lee McCulloch"? Oh, never mind. I'd want to do that anyway, right? No. I'm kidding. No, I mean, what would do it? What would make you want to run out there? Other than, you really think your fist fits really nice in Martin Waghorn's face. I mean, I don't understand. What would do it? That's just ridiculous. It doesn't occur to me.
I don't know how he saw it panning out. Did he think he was going to run on, smack Scott Brown, knock him out, and then like everyone in the crowd was going to cheer, or was it just like, it was weird? He kind of got escorted back to his seat.
No, there were people that actually tweeted out later that it happened right next to him. He went back to his seat, and the cop said, "Thank you very much, come with me."
Aye, no, the cop went and got him, but like the two fucking stewards kind of just like walked him back to his seat, like, "Aye, right, okay." And you're like, well, surely just like flag the police straight away, whatever, man. But, was it him that threw? It wasn't him that threw the bat, though, was it?
No, that was different into the field. Yeah, that was someone else after the Boyata goal.
They missed a trick. Like when they were throwing the mobiles on, I totally would have picked up that mobile and just started phoning people.
Collect from.
Just run to the centre circle, call Babe Station, and just like leave it. Is Babe Station still a thing?
Babe Station. I don't know. Tinder is Tinder still a thing? I don't know. Anyone?
If you don't know what Babe Station is in America, it's like these kind of like sex phone channels that are on British telly late at night. Well, are they late at night or all the time?
1-900.
But it's really, it's kind of weird. It's a weird thing.
So and then you have not just that guy, but at the same 2 seconds earlier, 5 rows to the side of where this guy jumps onto the field, you have this freaking idiot doing monkey gestures.
It's pretty sickening, man. Like, what?
And then a little after that, gets hit with a battery. That's like, this all in one game, all in the same half, I think, even.
What the fuck?
I'm almost embarrassed. This is like going out to like people in Canada and America, and they see Scottish society like this. It's not. It's like a microcosm of just bullshit that gets like they've just. It's just such a poisonous club and such a poisonous atmosphere at Ibrox. They've just created this kind of like weird reality where the 90 minutes that happen at Ibrox every Saturday or every second Saturday, just you're allowed to just behave in any fucking way you want. You can go there, sing songs about killing people, go there, shout about killing Catholics and black people. You can make monkey gestures to black Englishmen who are playing a game. Just like, what planet do you live on that you think this shit's acceptable, man? Well,
let me give you just so if you're from the U.S. listening, just so you understand what happened last night. The Orioles played Boston. The Baltimore Orioles played Boston Red Sox last night.
I heard this as well. This was disturbing.
This is disturbing too, right? But I'm going to tell you the difference between the two. Boston has a long-term history, especially the Red Sox, with their being one of the last teams to ever put black players on their squad. And whatever it is, it is. Okay, that's back a long time ago. I wasn't alive. Nothing to do with it. What I'm willing to say at this point in time is this: it happened last night where someone was basically saying things that should not be said to other people just out of just human respect. And within minutes, the guy gets arrested, he gets taken out. Okay, that's even. The difference between the two was obviously the Orioles management, condemned it. The difference is the Red Sox president comes out and not just says we don't condone, which is what Rangers management said. They condemn that action. Then you have Major League Baseball coming out and condemning the action. I'm yet to hear anything from the SPFL or the SFA. I'm yet to see anything from them at all. So if you look at the difference between the two, that is what bothers me looking at it, seeing that, and that's a problem. That's a problem for me looking at it as a fan, going, where is the leadership within the league and the association to come out and say this can't happen?
Yeah,
crickets.
It's totally fucked up, man. Like, and the thing is, like, when that guy's doing that, he's got a kid in front of him. I don't know if it's his kid or someone else's.
Right in front of him.
What example are you setting to people like that? You know what I mean? So you've got one guy who's a new dad running on attacking someone. Another guy up there then making fucking monkey gestures, and about fucking 40,000 of them singing they're up to their knees in Fenian blood. And you're like, fucking hell, man, get a grip.
Did you guys see? Sorry, did you guys see what happened? I don't know if it was late last night or today. It was a female Rangers fan went to the Edinburgh Zoo with her daughter.
No.
And,
I saw this.
Yeah. They at the grade 8 exhibit enclosure, whatever part, pictures of gorillas, and had her daughter do it.
No.
Picture with the caption, "My daughter with Scott Sinclair."
Well,
that had to be. Please tell me it was Photoshopped.
It wasn't photoshopped, and also, but the woman was stupid enough to have her kid and all her kind of like tags on it. So like they knew who it was. I mean, you could probably, if you were some mad racist, you could get away with it if you could just put like a kid on a photograph and put it online under an anonymous account or whatever. But so what happened was, like, folk that she worked with saw this and were like, "Fuck that." And then one of the all through the chain of this replying or on Twitter or whatever, there's this one girl you could tell who worked with her who's just like, "Fuck this is unacceptable. I'm getting in touch with like the company and blah blah blah." And then the company's like, she's a hairdresser, right? She works in a salon, as you guys say, or whatever, right? And so the hairdresser's is like, "Yeah, just so you know, she doesn't actually work for us. She hires a chair off us. So, but thank you for bringing this to our attention. This is totally unacceptable." And I think they pretty much say that she's never going to work there again. So she's so fucking thick that she's actually just cost herself a fucking job as well. I mean, like,
is it possible that now she gets more business from the Blue Hordes? I mean, what do you think? What are you thinking?
Right, I've got to be said, right. See on that follow and all that, right? There's a section of Huns who are just like, obviously, fucking up to my knees in Fenian blood, and I hate black people and I hate foreigners and blah blah blah. But then on that forum, when I was reading through it for this, there was guys singing, because there's this new song they're singing, which is
"Oh yeah,
we hate Catholics, everybody hates Roman Catholics," and the guys all on that forum are all like, "This is fucking ridiculous. You're making a fool of ourselves. Blah blah. It's embarrassing." And yeah, people are like, "Yeah, this is terrible." And then some of them are coming on being like, "Oh, you fucking sympathisers, blah blah," and all that. And then the guys go, "Here we go. We're going to get told that we're fucking sympathising with Celtic fans just because we don't want to sing about hating Catholics and all that." And there seems to be such a divide in them, man. I mean, like, this team couldn't fucking, like, this support, like, they need to be all on the same page to fucking bring this team back to anything. And they're so disintegrated to just nothing. They all hate each other. They've got fucking an identity that hinges on fascism, which has like no value in corporate culture. It's so hard for them to get fucking sponsorship in that. And honestly, the only way that I can see Rangers, in any form, way, shape or form, competing with Celtic ever again is due to the corporate change in football that's happening that I've mentioned before, with like Red Bull coming in and sponsoring like Leipzig in Germany. I think it's likely that if Rangers were ever to win the league again, it would be the fucking Red Bull Rangers or some shit like that, or fucking renaming the entire team to fucking some corporate entity to get money in. That's the only way they'll ever fucking do it. And how can you do it? How can a company like, for instance, Red Bull, go out and sponsor a team that are fucking making monkey gestures at black football players, singing songs about they hate Roman Catholics and being up to their knees in Fenian blood, and fucking running on and attacking football players on TV? I mean, it's madness, man. They're their own worst enemy.
It makes no sense. Nothing they're doing at this point in time makes any fucking sense as far as that goes.
It's like,
seriously,
they're just going. They don't have the intelligence to fucking figure any of this out for themselves, man. It's ridiculous. But before you go off of that, Paul, let me ask you this: doesn't this play into what your friend told you, who was a quote unquote a semi Rangers fan? What he thinks about the other people right now, as far as the difference between the two sets of fans? Because there was an article about there was a post on one of the follow things that got posted to some of the Celtic things, where it's like they're streets ahead of us when it comes down to on the pitch and in the stands. As far as because I know you guys we've all seen the post where it was just some stupid thing like, oh well, what'd you do today? Oh well, we went to a game. What'd you do? Well, I shouted pedo at somebody. Yeah.
What I mean? Who's?
In fairness, there was did you hear the story that a Celtic fan got jumped outside the game, and a couple of Rangers fans went over and stopped it?
Yeah.
He basically missed his bus on that. So fair play to the boys that done that. Like, I mean, because it's disgusting this day and age, man. Another one. I mean, like, would we stand back and let a Rangers fan get battered in front of us for the sake of it?
Once again, what would make you want to do that?
Just being out of your fucking mind, being mentally fucking ill or mentally incapable of being a normal human being.
Unbelievable.
That story, to me, like, if you read the whole thing, like his account of everything after, like, he missed the bus, almost sounds like he got put up for it, because, like, he missed the bus and everything, and he asked a steward, where do I go, how to get to, XYZ, whatever, and, he recognized that he was a Celtic fan, and he said, oh, take this train, you'll be fine and safe, there's no,
really?
Opposing fans on it. Yeah, so it was a steward that told him, you can take this train, you will be safe. To me, that sounds sketchy as hell, because then it's like, doors open, you step in the car, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, and don't forget, they were looking to save money, so they were looking for stewards to go ahead and volunteer their time. So that doesn't surprise me either.
That's difficult to tell. But all I know is it's a fucked up scenario. So I'm just glad the guy's alright, and at least there's two or three decent Rangers fans to fucking step in the horde of orcs.
Here you go, Paul.
Fuck's sake.
So Davey in the chat room says Red Bull can sponsor Kenny Miller because that guy has wings.
Someone buy that man a beer.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So,
well done, mate.
That was good. That was good. So, as we alluded, we Paul found a podcast, a Rangers podcast. I don't know what it's called.
It's called.
But there's a couple.
Wait! I remember what it's called. It's called Heart in Hand, and I think they should change it to Cap in Hand.
Cap in Hand. Oh,
tell me. You managed to get clips of this.
I did. I'm going to try and play it. So here's the first one. This is how despairing they are right now. So let's see if we can get this to play.
There are no moonbeams to grab onto here. This was a comprehensive time of a team of losers hired by a loser who are not afraid of losing, and they were up against a team that were confident and motivated and well managed, and who had better players. But it's an old football fan cliche, but it's a football fan cliche because it's true. You can handle defeat. We've all seen defeats. We don't like it, but we can handle it if you feel that they've given you absolutely everything that they had to give you, and that your team, you might have journeymen and you might have average players, but at least they understood what it meant to you as a supporter, what it meant to you, you know, from your heart, from your belief, from your love of the club, to what it meant to you to going into your work on, you know, the next day after it, and facing up to people who don't follow this club. And especially when it's a big club with a storied history and an amazing internationally known rivalry, that they get that and give you everything. And even if you lose, that we can walk off the field and say, I'm really sorry, we just weren't good enough, but we couldn't have done any more for you. Well, in two matches, our two biggest matches of the season, they didn't give us everything. They didn't leave everything out on the park. The only thing that they did was turn up, get fucked, scuttle off back to the wee Corsican bubble back in Okinawa.
They're hurting. They're losers, hired by losers, a bunch of losers. Wow. With losers in the stands, apparently. Oh, man. Now that's I mean, I just have a question. At the end, okay, was that what we sounded like at the end just before Ronnie left?
No, definitely not. We weren't that bad.
Well, I think Dr. J was, but the rest of us were all right. Yes, Davey, exactly. As the ball boys put it, #fucking raging. Yeah, they're raging. They really are. They are absolutely just out of it. Crazy. I actually took minutes, just like on my favourite. I had to switch it off at work because people realised I was laughing too much, right, and I just wasn't paying attention. But I think it was about 5 minutes to 6 minutes. He goes on about, right, basically talking about the team said that they've made us mugs to everyone that's invested in them.
Yeah.
Just saying how much the players humiliated them and have embarrassed the guys for believing in them and all this stuff. Oh, it's great. It was beautiful. Have you got any more? You go, tell me.
Oh yeah, I got two more. I got two really good ones. You ready? Here's another one. This one. Here's a big difference. Like, so we when we saw something like Tierney get the studs down the leg, right? Did any of us say that we should go? One of our players should absolutely just destroy the other team and just like do something back? That doesn't happen. But listen to this.
No.
Acceptable standard across the course of the season. The fifth goal for me is probably the most difficult one to accept, because Danny Wilson absolutely had the opportunity to do what happened to Kenny Miller in the first half.
Yeah, he should have happened, absolutely. I was sitting watching that goal on as it happens, Cammy, just thinking, and having the time to think, to actually process the thought, Wilson should have him here, and in the time it's taken me to do that thought, that's 2-3 seconds, and Wilson just doesn't bother, lets him through and shows his fate.
Yeah, and the problem is, see if you were to take the Simovic tackle and the Danny Wilson tackle, and you were to get someone who's never seen the game to say, at what time in the game, roughly, would you say these tackles took place? And who do you think was winning heavily? I can guarantee most people would say, watching the Simovic tackle, actually, I think that happened late on, Rangers were winning quite heavily, and it's been frustration, and the guy's just come in and wiped them out because he's been so angry he's conceded so many goals.
No, see, that's not us. That's Hun Rage doing that. When I was listening to this, I was like, I had to back. I listened to that 4 times and went back to. I was like, No, hit repeat. What they just said that because of what happened to Kenny Miller, Danny Wilson should have absolutely just blown up Michael Lustig.
Should have halved him. Yeah, I mean, it's the old John Gregg thing. I mean, John Gregg, when he was Rangers captain, obviously before my time, so I'm just basically repeating back stuff that I heard or saw on video. John Gregg used to just fucking try and half people. Like, he was halving Jimmy Johnson every time he got the ball. So always the Rangers, Celtic play silky football, wingers, and tag and free-flowing football. And Rangers have always just been fucking hatchet, man. Look at fucking Souness. Look at fucking all those guys in the 90s. Stuart McCall running about. Fucking all that mob, man. Gattuso even. Fucking hell. Just the dirty bastards, man. But just go on fucking a podcast and talk about how you needed to half a player, and then for the other guy to be like, you're dead right. You should have halved him.
What was Danny? What was Danny Wilson thinking? Why didn't he hatchet the guy? Because he's a fucking professional. That's why. I'm not saying he's any good. I'm just saying he's a professional.
I can't believe that Danny Wilson had some dignity out there. He should have just lost the plot and fucking halved him.
All right, you ready?
He should have fucking halved him. No, you should have halved Lustig, then sang the sash.
I know. And then sang the sash. So, Paul, this one's for you, because I know you lived through the 90s. This one's for you.
And the thought that keeps coming to my mind, and I hate it, but I can't shake it. We are Celtic in the 90s. We are run by a group of well-meaning but clearly incompetent people who are happy just to get by week to week at the moment, but have been for 18 months. They have failed in the area of press relations. They have failed to defend the supporters. They have failed to defend the players when they've been attacked on the pitch. They didn't do what needed to be done.
Wait, before I go back to that, what the fuck's he talking about? I
think he's still greeting about Lee Wallace being a grass.
But I mean, what protecting the fans? I mean, listen. He may have crossed two different rivers here, and talking about what happened a year ago at the Scottish Cup final versus what's going on right now. This is not the time to continue to bitch about that. You're done. You've given up. Your fans have crossed the line for no reason and done stupid shit. There's nothing to defend. And
But we are the people.
But we are the people. All right, wait. There's more. Hold on.
The Motherwell playoff game, and instead chuck Mosney under the bus because it was the easiest option. They didn't do what needed to be done after the Hibs match. They didn't do what needed to be done after the effigies and the Kill All Huns banner. And
wait, they did do it. They destroyed our fucking bathrooms. I don't understand.
No, he's talking about the press officers. He's actually complaining about Jabba the Hutt. Right?
What is there to do? So they had a banner. What are you supposed to do?
He wants more statements released. Remember when Rangers used to release a statement every week?
They had an option. They had an opportunity to do a really good statement and go ahead and condemn what happened, and they didn't. There's your fucking options. Fuck. So that's all I got from them. So now they're Celtic in the 90s. There you go.
No, but there's a better bit where he goes on about the whole, you missed it, but he's like, he starts talking to Celtic fans that are listening to the show, and he's like, you are the establishment club now. Fair play to you, and all that. But don't pretend that Peter Lawwell doesn't control Scottish football and all that. I just want to get hold of this guy and be like, yeah, we do. We are the establishment club.
Oh, and the best was, he shouldn't have been playing. They talk about Scott Brown. He shouldn't even been on the park. Okay, whatever.
Fun rage, man. But it's the gift that keeps giving, man. Ridiculous. We should get t-shirts made up for that podcast and send them it.
Bitter tears.
What we should do is have should have been halved. With a wee sash or something.
Isn't there a Roxette song? Should have been loved, but it's over now because it should have been halved, but it's over now. We can do that instead. Oh man! So, and by the way, before we wrap up our, this is how it feels to be Celtic. Let's talk more about money. As if to make it worse, did you see the estimates of what the club's going to get on Virgil van Dijk's resale?
Nope.
It could be as high as £6 million more pounds.
Aye, but to be honest with you, I've been hearing that Virgil van Dijk's being sold from Southampton for about a year now, and it's still not happened. So I'll believe it when I see it. It's all just paper talk at the moment.
No, I get it.
Who's he going to? Who's he going to?
I've seen Liverpool a couple different times, but whatever when he goes, that's the dollar amounts. The reason why I bring that up is not because of anything else other than just to laugh at the fact that Johnny Hayes talks about, it's going to take 20 million, to go ahead and catch Celtic. That's not even close to being true. I mean,
no, take more than that.
More than that. By the time you bring in what you need, pay what you need to pay, and then maybe get into the Champions League. I mean, winning the league is only one thing. Getting in the Champions League is something totally different. And by the way, that's the same thing. That's the same problem we have. Win league is great. You still got to get through what's going to be not just 3 rounds this year coming up, but in the future 4 rounds of getting through. So, it's going to be a little bit of a different thing. A little bit different. It's going to take a lot more money than that. And God forbid they get any money. I can't see anyone but someone else taking the money out of there. I don't see them. Who's going to pay them any money? They got all kinds of problems.
It's very funny that there's still guys in that forum that are going on about Dave King. I still think that, thank God he's here. What we want is people seem to want to see Rangers go bust again, right? Well, they'll never go bust again. They might go into administration and get it bought over. We don't want that to happen because this guy is a clown. Dave King is a fraudster, is a massive corrupt fucking maddie. Right? He is not going to do anything successful with Rangers. We want him to keep that club alive just and no more for the next 10 years.
So in a chromatic state or something.
Yeah, man. We don't want someone actually successful that knows what they're doing trying to get involved in that club. I don't think anyone successful that knows what they're doing would touch it with a fucking barge pole, but he is a fucking madman. And you've got this guy fucking Pedro Cahinha. What the fuck? He looks like Hugh Laurie. You're from fucking House.
Hugh Laurie.
It's like the fucking Portuguese Hugh Laurie running about. Honestly, he was flapping his arms so much at that game, I thought he was going to fucking take off. And him with his fucking, do you see the bit where he gets the fucking glasses out? It starts fucking moving him about.
No, I haven't seen that one.
In the press conference, Rev, did you see this?
Oh no.
No, after.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't after this game. It was after the first Old Firm game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he basically got he was in a press conference and he got fucking drink glasses out, started moving them about in the press conference.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right.
Like he's playing chess.
Fucking idiot, man. The only difference between glasses and Rangers players are the fucking glasses can carry water because the fucking Rangers team are fucking minging, man. And a few of the other podcasts, I was listening to Celtic Underground and all that the other day. They make perfect sense. I mean, they've signed these guys, and the problem when we had guys like Kyle and wanted rid of and Ambrose and getting rid of Deadwood, the problem is that nobody wants them. And nobody's daft enough to take them off your hands for any money.
That's exactly right.
And nobody's daft enough to take them on the wages that you've put them on. So they've put these guys on good money, or reasonably good money for a club as small as Rangers. And they're fucked. It's going to be very difficult to live within their means. It's never exactly Rangers.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of people on long-term contracts. Long-term contracts.
Did you guys see Chris Sutton's comments from the game? He did because I don't think he was actually at the game, but he was doing tweets and stuff, video messages and stuff. So at halftime, he just did a thing, quick recap, and he's just which of these Rangers players would be good enough to actually get into the Celtic team, right? And then after the game, he goes, he does another recap, and he's like, completely embarrassing, blah 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 blah, humiliating, and then he's like, forget getting into Celtic squad. Which of these Rangers players would actually get into Aberdeen's squad?
And
it's like, that's a good point. That's a real good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's difficult, man.
Which one? I mean, what would you tell? Which of them would you tell? What did he say? I didn't hear it.
I always go on about this, man, but I really know very few of the Rangers players. I know their goalie, who's not as bad, I think, as people are making out. I know the guy Dodo, and then I know Waghorn, and then there's a lad who's got a hairband. Who's got slick back hair.
Windass.
Is that Windass?
Yeah.
And I've got Skeletor himself, Kenny Miller. And that's about it. Which is strange considering I grew up in the 90s with Haitley, Goff, Loudrup, McCoist, all these fucking quality players rolling in and out of Ibrox. How far they have fell. I know. But should we talk more about celebrations with fucking Lee Griffiths? Right. This is irony, right? We don't have enough stewards to stop a Celtic player getting attacked on the field, but we have 2 stewards to put on each goalpost.
Yeah.
You see that?
I did. Yes.
Let's stop Lee Griffiths tying a fucking... If I was Lee Griffiths, I would have tied it on the fucking crossbar instead.
You saw what he did instead?
He took it to the centre circle.
He put on the penalty spot kick. Penalty kick spot.
Yeah.
He did.
Man, I would.
That is funny stuff, man.
I would have brought out a wee spade and fucking dug up the centre circle and then taken it home with me or something.
That was the best. You know what? It was even better. Was the American commentary? Did you Rev? Did you hear the end of the end of that?
Oh yeah.
Paul, did you hear this on Fox Soccer?
At the same time, like it was just the way they went at it. Like I can't even recreate it. Just the way that they like just flipped open a thesaurus.
Oh yeah.
And just went through. Looked up embarrassing and just threw every word that could possibly.
Here you go. Listen to this. I have this. Listen to this. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Here we go.
They continue their unbeaten season, and there have only been 2 other unbeaten seasons in Scottish top flight football, both from Celtic and Rangers. Rangers did it last back in 1898-99. Celtic 30 wins.
He just passed it back. They're just destroying everybody. Is crazy, man. There
was another one then.
The end of the game. Yeah, I don't have the end of the game. The end of the game was good. That was just them describing all it, like how long it's been. Can you believe it? They're just getting destroyed. That's a good one. But what wins the internet today, which wins Twitter today, was 6 in a row. Here we go. At 6 in a row, here we go. Kenny Miller's view of the Celtic end, and the picture posted is a reverse upside down of a picture of the Celtic end because he's upside down when he hit the ground. It's a fucking reverse image. Absolutely hilarious. But anyway, so...
I think we better wrap up the show now. There's only so much unslagging we can see. We'll keep some for next week.
Yes, only so much. So, overall, pretty happy with the way things have gone so far?
Oh, yeah.
If anyone doesn't enjoy this, you're a fool. It doesn't matter how long you've been watching Celtic, if you're 80 years old, or if you're just getting into football, or if you're a young kid. You shouldn't be listening to this show for a start, so I'll not talk to young kids. But it's just amazing. And like I said, I'm 32. I grew up during 9 in a row. I grew up during the era where Rangers was just fucking unstoppable. And I'm loving every fucking minute of this. And just enjoy it. And I think I've said on the show before that when Martin O'Neill came in, really, really special. And it was like a changing of kind of any Celtic supporter's life who's about my age. I just remember us winning the treble that year and it being scorching hot. That the day we won the treble, and it was through my mates, and we won the treble. And they went out to play football with our mate who's a Hun, and he was just fucking hating life. and yeah, no, it was great, and just like that good feeling about Celtic, and just like every game you went to was amazing, and just like every time you wanted to fucking turn on the TV and hear about Celtic, it's just like everything was going right, and Martin O'Neill was there, and just fucking Larsson's banging in goals, and it's great, and I've never felt that again for Celtic since Martin O'Neill left, and this is the closest to it, man. This is a very, very exciting time to be a Celtic fan. So fucking get on board, and if you're in North America, man, it's time to start fucking grabbing other guys.
It is.
Grab other guys who are into football and take them down to Celtic Club and be like, listen, man, you might support Man United or Spurs or some pish like that, but you need to get into this, because this is start something fucking amazing. So,
hey, listen, before you go, I'm just going to read some stuff out. Give me a jog on reality. It was. Let me just go through the big awards from last night's Player of the Year stuff. The Academy Player of the Year was the kid who scored the goal. What's his name? I have it right here. Aitchison, yeah, Jack Aitchison. He won Academy Player of the Year. Whatever.
Don't watch enough Academy football.
Young Player of the Year, Tierney, second year in a row.
Yaldi.
Rev?
Yaldi.
The Players Player of the Year was Scott Sinclair.
Yaldi.
The Fans Player of the Year was also Scott Sinclair.
Yaldi.
And the goal was the one where we passed the ball for about 4.5 minutes. Rabona from Lustig, back heel from McGregor, and then Dembele passed the back of the net.
It'll be a long, long time until Scottish football sees a goal as good as that again.
Hey, listen.
That's better than
wouldn't you admit
better than any goal in the Premiership this year?
Yes, and wouldn't you admit? I mean, if Real Madrid or Barcelona done that, it'd be all-time worldie goal.
Aye. It doesn't count because it's against St. John's. Give me a break.
Just saying.
Yeah. Thing of beauty. All right, boys.
Yes. Hey, hello, everybody. Thanks for being with us. It is. This is how it feels to be us. Oh, what'd you say?
I'm sure we'll probably do an episode between now and then, but I just want to put it out there. It's a lot easier for me than it is for you guys by far, but I think I'm going to go down to Philly for the Cup final.
Ooh.
Just putting it out there.
Ooh. You know what? If my residency papers turn up before the final, I may join you.
Philly for Cup final.
Wait! This is bad luck, man. Whenever we make plans for a Scottish Cup final, we get beat.
Semi-final.
I've had nothing but good luck when I've gone down there for Cup finals. So,
is it a Saturday or a Sunday? The final? Please tell me.
Saturday.
Oof, boys,
yeah.
That could be really. That's really fucking tempting.
It is tempting. I'd love to go. I've been trying to find a way to get over there. I cannot get a ticket over right now to the UK for less than $1,600, and that's only if I leave on if I leave on Friday and come back on Sunday. I would be dead by the time I got back. Ugh.
Fly American Airlines and they'll drag a Hun off for you.
Oh man. I want to go so bad, and I have a ticket and everything. Shit. But anyway,
Dr. J,
yes.
Save it for October. Save it for
Champions League. Yeah, let's save it for Champions League. We need to do a Champions League road tour. Do a home game, go to Europe, do that, come back. Hopefully, maybe in Italy, go eat some really good food. Italy live in Europe. I love that. Smell the glove from Europe. Smell the European glove.
This show, I've got all this. How do I sell this, right? Because I've got all this overtime, right? So, for those of you who don't know, I work in films, basically, right? And I get paid in this contract where I work all this fucking crazy amount of hours and thus never be able to be on the show. And in between projects, I get given huge amounts of time off. So I have accrued 19 and a half days vacation to add to already banked 3 weeks. So I have all this vacation, and my girlfriend doesn't get that. So I'm like, well, I don't want to just sit about the house. So I'm like, fucking. Well, at the moment I have to, because I'm actually still working just now. I'm working on a new project, but the my residency papers aren't through, but they'll be through for summer. So I'm like, well, I've got 19 and a half days fucking holiday. My girlfriend can't go anywhere. It's football time.
Oh.
So Celtic better get in the fucking Champions League this year. Fucking better get.
Paul's got some free time.
I ain't flying to Utrecht for any cunt, man. That's the Champions
Utrecht.
League.
Woof.
You know what I mean? So
I don't want to go to Utrecht.
We'll see.
But
we'll see what happens, man.
If that's what Champions League is.
Best laid plans of mice and men and all that, eh?
Yes.
Hey lads. Well, hopefully we'll maybe see about a cup final, Rev. I'll maybe try and get you down there. Like I said, I want to get down to New York sometime this summer. So we'll be up and do something anyway, mate. Right, boys, take it easy. Hail, hail.
Hail, everybody. Thanks for being with us. But remember, no matter what, we always still won. Of course. Take care, everyone. See you next time.
Wasting no time, oh, not let us get into a legacy built on deception and sin by the people in suits holding whistles and flutes. And with these type of people, there's no time for truth. They got money, prestige, riches galore, and they're against everything that we've been fighting for. And they're wanting to crush us cause they love a war. And if the media like them, they might get paid more. But these people, they tend to get carried away. And the proof is the fact that we stand here today. No matter what you said, what you done, thought you were the people and we were the scum. You had every advantage under the sun. And this blood will run in the sons of our sons. We saw your culture of handshakes, pillars and peers as you plundered your way through those asterisk years. We heard nothing but venom ring in our ears. From the papers to airwaves, it's all engineered to send out a message so loud and so clear. You don't like our type around here, but everything isn't as it appears. Under the surface, the real profiteers can do no more hiding, the reckoning's here. Swapping succulent lime now for crocodile tears. No matter what you said, what you done, you thought you were the people and we were the scum. You had every advantage under the sun. And this blood will run in the sons of our sons. Despite all the pain, and taking more than you need. Everybody can sing, cause her history waits. No matter what you said, what you done, you thought you were the people and we were the scum. You had every advantage under the sun. And this blood will run in the sons of our sons.